In this lesson, we're going to discuss how we can reference data across categories using formulas. So we're in the products category of my Section 2 starter project. And what we want to do is we want to pull out the rooms that each of these products is located in. And so I'm going to create a new field, and I'm going to click on formula, and we're going to call this locations. I'll edit the formula, and this opens up my visual formula editor. Now I'm going to add my first node, and the first node that I'm going to look for is I'm actually going to reference the model elements inside of my Revit model that are related to each of these products. So I think I have a relationship field called model furniture. And when I drop that node, you can see that if I hover over this, it's going to spit out a list of those model elements here. Now, inside of each of those model elements, I have another relationship field that represents each one of the rooms that this piece of furniture is in. So I'm going to click here again, and we're going to grab the related room node. So now I have a list of all of the rooms that these furniture items sit inside of. And so if I plug this into the result, but if I change this up, you can see that the rooms are going to change as well. But instead of just one long list of items, what I actually want to do is I want to only see the unique items in this list. And I want to show a count of how many of these pieces of furniture sit in each one of these rooms. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect this from the result, and we're going to grab a node called unique. What unique does is it takes a list of items and it shows you only the unique items in that list. And you can see that it's only showing the unique rooms. So this training table has instances located in instruction 108, instruction 106, instruction 105, and instruction 104. I can save this formula and create the field. And now if I show this in my table here, we can see specifically where these items are located. And here's the training table, and it's showing me that these are the rooms that they're located in. So what we want to do, though, is I actually want to show a number at each one of these locations to show me the quantity at each location. And we can do that by using our format configuration. I can click here, and I'm going to hit show quantity. And what that will do is now it will show me that I have 15 of these training tables in instruction 108. I've got 6 of them in 106, and so on and so forth. And you can see that is true in my table as well. So I can get a quick snapshot of where all of these products actually are inside of my model. So that's one example of looking up information across categories. Let's say, though, I actually want to just total up the estimated cost across a department. So I'm going to go to my departments and click on one of these departments and open this up. So you can see that we don't have any other fields beside a status field here. But what I want to do is create a relationship field that pulls in any of the rooms. So I'm going to click Edit Fields. I'm going to click Create Field. So I'm going to create a new relationship to look up those rooms. So we'll call this rooms. We'll say this is an automatic relationship, and the category that we want to match from is my rooms. Now the criteria we're going to use is I'm going to match up my department parameter, which has to be present in the category, which I've added to this list. I'm going to say where that department is equal to the name of the department, and I'll create that field. And so now if I close out of this, you can see that I have a list of rooms that belong in each one of these departments, like support, academic, admin, and common spaces. So we can also edit the visible fields here to show the specific details, like the area and the departments. But let's say I want to first total up the total square footage inside of this department. I can add a new field. We're going to grab a formula field. And we'll just call this department area. I'm going to add my node. And we're going to look first at the rooms in the department. So you can see here in common spaces, this is the list of all of the rooms that belong in my department. If I click on this button, this will allow me to look at specific fields within those rooms. So I'm going to grab the area field. And you can see it's spitting out now in the area of every single room. So by default, my area is going to spit out kind of formatted text that represents the values here. So it's not a numeric value, but I want to boil this down to a numeric value. So what I can do is I can actually click on this plus button and I can pull out specific parts of this value. So we're going to grab the scalar value, which is the actual number behind the area. And you can see that now it's giving me a list of numbers. From here, I can sum those numbers up, and I can plug that into my result. I can save this, create the field, and now every department is going to show me the area. Let's say, though, that now I want to get an estimated FF&E cost for each department. And so what that requires is for me to access the rooms that are included in this department. Inside of each of those rooms, I need to get all of the furniture inside of those rooms. And then inside of those pieces of furniture, I need to see the related products. And inside of the product, I need to actually get the unit cost. And essentially times that by the quantity of items inside of my model to get my total cost for the department. So I'm going to show you how we can create this. We're going to create a new field, and I'm going to create a formula field. And we're going to call this estimated FF&E cost. And I'll hit edit formula. I'm going to maximize this, and we will start with our first node. So what I need to do first is I need to go into each of the rooms. So I'm going to grab my rooms node. And now this is showing me all of the rooms that are a part of this department. From there, we're going to click on the plus button here, and I'm going to get the furniture or the related furniture from each of those rooms. This is a relationship field that we created earlier in this section. And now it's spitting out all of the furniture. Inside of each piece of furniture, I have another relationship field that I've created that relates each one of these pieces of furniture to the product. So I'm going to click on the product, and now it's spitting out the actual product from my products category. Inside of product, I want to grab the actual unit cost of each one of these items. So I'll grab the unit cost, and now you can see it's spitting out a list of numbers. And lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to sum all of these up into one total number. I can spit this into my result and save. So you can see that now it's giving me a total FF&E cost, estimated cost for each department. Now, formula fields, what you can do from here is, let's say we wanted to get a total project cost. All I have to do is click here, go to summarize, and sum all of these together. And I can see the total cost across all my departments is $552,000.